Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew. I will be your Dungeon Master for this evening. Before we jump into where we left off, a couple of quick shoutouts. First thing I want to say is a big thank you to everyone. One of the members of our community, Christy, shared with us today recently just a reminder of how incredible everyone's been in donating to the Extra Life over the last 2 years that we've been a part in it. We've blown away our goals both years, so just want to give a big thanks to anyone who's watching this, whether you're seeing this on YouTube, you're live with us right now, VOD, whatever it might be. Thank you. It's people like you who have been able to help out and give, $5, $10 here or there, sharing it with your friends so they can donate, makes such a huge impact for these kids that we're trying to help. So just want to say thank you to all of you. And with that being said, I also want to make sure to thank Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. You can put ! Little Dragon. We'll give you a link to their website. You can use discount code PROBONUS, find all sorts of, fun little things. Lord knows we need a lot of them here, so definitely check them out. And Cardboard Castle Games, you can put ! CCG. Give you a link to their website. They have, again, D&D stuff as well, tabletop games, trading card games like Magic the Gathering, so definitely check them out. If you're local to them, they are in Evans, Georgia. You can swing by their brick and mortar location, let them know you heard about them on Proficiency Bonus, and you'll get 10% off your order in their actual building. So definitely check them both out. And with that, we're going to jump right into last time, because it's already about 1:15. So our party has pretty much wrapped up their task on Orlumber. We'll call it an invasion of demons, has been dealt with. Some not small part played by our group here, dealing with a couple of Balguras, a couple of smaller things, and one Fabio. Or two. As well as Murdoch reaching out to her cohorts back at the organization that has not been named really for most people, and saying, hey, we might need a little bit of a hand here, and a few individuals were sent by Murdoch's boss. So the island has been purged of the demonic influence. Instructions have been given to a kobold paladin to make sure that demons are getting banished away, but not the nice people who have started raising families here, specifically a Fey woman and her daughter. So as they have gone off to deal with that, our party has reached out to Sarah's husband, who has been awaiting them for a lovely meeting scheduled to take place just a little ways to the east of them, well, sort of southeast from where they are, at a location in Trollbark Forest known as the Warlock's Crypt. So our party has had a conversation with said estranged husband, long thought deceased, and there were warnings of betrayal. He is aware it will take at least a while for the group of you to arrive there, as you are on an island a decent bit away from him. The party has decided to basically get some rest for the evening, somewhat to Sarah's irritation. But we begin our tale, or rather turn it over to our players, as you come to the next morning. As the group of you start to awaken, and various find your ways downstairs back to the main room of the inn, you can see that the front door it's still closed, but some of the barricades that you've seen the innkeep had put up have been pulled down. It's still barred and shut, but it's not as barricaded as it had been. And so the story is yours.
I'm already up and downstairs.
Oh dear. Okay. Oh.
So, Sarah, would you be cooking as you have been, like, prepping food behind the inn, or would you just be like... What would Sarah be doing, getting up, crack of dawn?
She's made breakfast, but it's not as extravagant as she usually makes it. It's more just pancake, egg, like fast stuff.
Okay. So that's what most of you are coming down to.
Yeah. Okay.
But there are plates made up already, and she's kind of just like,
We will be getting a move on soon, I'm sure, when everyone else wakes up.
mm-hmm.
I'll tromp downstairs. Good morning. Something smells good. No, go and grab a plate.
Done for the morning too.
Okay.
Saying hi to everyone.
Happy non-demon invasion morning.
To you as well.
Yeah, and Rose will head down the stairs as well. Morning, everyone. I guess, Sarah, you look like you're anxious to get moving.
What? Me? No. She's buttering toast,
Oh,
but
no?
you can see
Okay.
she's just like scraping the toast at this point. No.
How did you sleep?
I had about a few winks, a good 6 hours.
Sure about that
4
number?
to 6? Not a nice, good old healthy 8?
Well, there was some tossing and turning. It's 8, but if you round up, if we were, say, putting it on a character sheet, I would say the full 8 of a long rest.
Alright. Wonderful. Good.
A what? A what did you say?
I don't know. I don't know why I said that.
I will eat. I will drink.
I've already made everybody tea and coffee and tea and drinks, and Artemis, here you go.
Thank you.
And you're going to eat as well, right, Sarah?
Probably more coffee.
What?
Lydia, as you're drinking the coffee, it is like very overpowered. I mean, this is the stuff that your dad used to drink to stop him falling into the machinery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like that pitch black tar coffee. It's like,
Yeah.
this is not. Sarah's not on the top of her culinary game this morning.
You know when
Working
you make
coffee.
You know when you make a like an instant coffee, but you put like 4 tablespoons instead of just 1 teaspoon? It's fast.
You're chewing it.
I was
Looks like
gonna
you're pouring
say.
molasses in January.
Yeah.
I was gonna say no. I don't know.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't-
That's weird.
Oh no. Well, we need to get a. If we're gonna go to the Warlock Crypt, we need to get a boat back across, right? Because we're on an island.
Yep.
I can help with
Yeah,
that.
unless we swim, I think we're gonna need a boat.
I think I swim at disadvantage, so let's get a boat.
All right. Well, I didn't think about that part because we just have to hope that there is still boats going
We need
out.
a boat.
Yeah. but we'll
I
see.
mean, I'm sure if we can't find anything, perhaps we can call in a favor with someone that we've helped out, or
Or that wizard guild you've now joined, Artemis.
I don't know if that'll be. I don't know if that's what it's for, but we could always try. But let's just check the docks first.
After we eat, we'll check the docks,
Okay.
and we'll see.
So easy enough as the group of you eat. Fury has made her way down, and again, his per normal, is had her good berry and offered it to anyone who has wanted it. And eventually, the group of you start heading out down towards the docks. The first thing that you do notice is the docks are very barren. Given what has been going on, you do not see any of the larger vessels similar to what you came in on. What you do see, though, is think of it sort of like a mid-sized fishing ship. If the group of, the six of us were all going to go out on a fishing cruise for a few hours together. It's about that size. It is the small boat that the Fabio that you ran into was heading towards.
Oh.
That boat still remains.
Is that dude still on the boat?
Is he
That'd
just
be unfortunate.
Is he just
Still standing on the front of it, hands on the wheel.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's terrible. I guess I should go up and see if he's dead or not.
Okay. Let's go ahead and
Okay,
make a
I'm gonna
medicine
go.
check.
Okay, I'm gonna see how this fellow is faring.
I was going to suggest that we steal a boat, but I mean, sorta, kinda,
That's
maybe.
pretty good. That's a 26, so some.
Okay. As you walk up, as you start getting closer to him, the first thing that you notice is that the face is very vacant.
Oh no.
It does. Lights are on, no one's home. As you get a little closer, and you start checking it over. There's no breath.
Oh.
Likewise, there's no rigidity though. Like as you sort of checking it, you poke. It's not. Rigor mortis hasn't set in. Either this person was killed mere moments ago, or it's something else.
Okay. I hope it wasn't mere moments ago and we just came here at the wrong time. But we should have checked on him like, I don't know, yesterday. But yeah. Okay, well, I don't know what we should do with him. Does anyone have an idea?
Pry his hands off of the wheel to begin with,
I
perhaps?
mean, he's
Oh,
alive
my-
or he's dead? What?
I don't. He's either been dead for a little while or been dead for a long while. And reanimated, and that makes me not very
Oh.
happy either, I guess, but.
Maybe he's not entirely natural. I mean, it's been a bit of a time here. We've encountered some weird things.
Yeah, some kind of magic, maybe. I mean, I don't know that much about magic, but
I'll take that as my cue. Let me see what I have.
Yeah, me too. Does he look petrified? How about that?
It does not. Based on what you've seen of petrification before, he does not look to be petrified. He feels like
Okay.
flesh.
Okay.
Maybe if you ask him to just, maybe he's waiting for a command, and so he's just like that. Something like
maybe.
pull out
thrall?
of port and take us across to the warlock's crypt.
You say that to him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
As you give that instruction to it, you watch as he seems to come back to life.
I thought so. He's just a computer waiting for someone to tell him what to do.
And so you can hear as you start to hear cranking from something beneath the deck, and slowly the ship starts to come out. Takes a little while, as it takes you probably a good like 20 minutes or so, as he's very carefully navigating in between the various sort of rock spires sticking out of the water. But eventually you hit open water and start sailing towards the southeast.
How big is this ship thing?
Think fishing boat that we would go out on together. So probably no more than like maybe 40 feet long.
Okay.
40, 50 feet, I'd say, at the absolute out.
Does
And
this
probably
have,
only about 15, 20 feet wide.
does the ship have sails or
It does have a single mast in this sail, yes.
okay?
So once he gets you out of those rocks, and it's strange when you came in on that larger merchant vessel, as they came in and pulled the sails up, they had people out with oars sort of steering and still keeping the momentum going to get you into dock. You heard something grinding beneath deck, but you still only see the one individual, but you are moving with no sails down. At least for the first, 20 minutes. Once you're out in the open water, again, he makes another gesture and the sails drop, and now the wind is sort of carrying you forward.
Should we check below deck?
Before we get into the open ocean, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, is there a
Yeah.
look around for like a stairwell leading down?
Or maybe
Does not appear to be
Feria
one.
can check.
Oh,
Oh.
right. Just a flat boat kind of thing on top.
Basically, you're standing on the deck. There does not appear to be a way to go beneath deck.
Oh. Is this?
I mean, it's got like a magic pilot, so I mean, I
If
guess it's not that surprising.
I'm gonna go over to the not pilot, captain. Yeah.
Captain on a boat, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Doesn't seem
If
like
I
he's really in charge, though.
could we go faster?
You don't seem to get a response.
I think you have to just say.
Go faster.
Order it.
Again, as you say it, you don't seem to get a response. As you get past those rocks and the sail comes down, you feel as it picks up a little bit as you feel the sail catch the wind.
Move the boat faster.
We're getting wind.
I think
Granny,
he's-
do you understand how boats work? It's either rowing or the wind. I don't think you can make the wind blow faster.
There was a noise. I thought maybe
Yeah,
maybe
it
there's
was-
people rowing below deck.
It seemed like we were moving without the wind, when we first left port, but
We'll have to get a look at the underside of the ship when we get the chance. I feel weird. I feel weird.
Just
Murdoch
be-
just sort of sits and leans against the side.
What time would it be right now? DM.
Oh, it's still fairly early. It's probably,
Okay.
Given how early Sarah would have been awake and making breakfast and the rest of you getting up with sunrise, it's probably maybe 8 o'clock. if
Okay,
that.
okay. I'm gonna wait another hour. Maybe.
I'm going to detect magic as a ritual. I know it'll take like the 10 minutes, but I'm going to start working on that
Okay.
just to see if there's anything extra about the ship or around the ship.
Okay. What would everyone else be doing?
I'll go with art.
Okay.
Do you need me to detect magic too, or are you okay?
Just, no, I think I have this handled as soon as I get the symbols and things.
Alright.
If you have it available, perhaps the sensing of the good and evil spooky things, but let's just see what my detect magic does.
I forgot to pair the good and evil spooky things. Crap.
Alright, never mind then.
Sorry, I meant to do that last time, but I completely forgot.
It's fine.
Just setting up multiple rituals in the back of the boat.
So, after you manage to successfully cast your ritual, you do get a sort of a blip of magic coming from beneath the deck. And it is... give me a second to check what school that would be.
Necromancy.
Transfiguration.
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Why did I say transfiguration? Yes, transmutation. Sorry. Transfiguration. What
Harry Potter.
the...
There's some psychic shit going on.
Okay.
We're moving into the
Okay.
spiritual plane here, folks. Yes,
Okay.
transmutation.
Alright. Well, there's some magic, transmutation magic on the bottom of the boat somewhere around there, which would maybe, most likely, account for our aided movement. Whether that
Just-
means that there's something or someone down there, though, I'm not too sure.
Does the captain have any magic on him?
Nope,
No? Cool.
it does not appear to be.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
I really
That's
don't
even
like that.
creepier.
It's horrible.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just we needed a boat and we found a boat.
That's pretty
know.
ominous
It's
and
as
not
simple as
very...
that.
We're not a very lucky...
I mean,
Crew,
the boat's been here for a couple days already, though. So,
Yeah.
or at least back at port.
So has the captain. Let's
Hmm.
just hope that it sticks around once we're done our business.
Or doesn't, like, disappear mid-ocean. Who knows?
Well,
Well, let me add that to my notes.
Hadn't considered that, but okay. New fear.
New fear. Who this? How much time do we have before we get across to the Warlock's Crypt? How much time?
Based on where you're going to, your best bet is probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to make any sort of plan?
I mean, what is this place anyway? Do we know anything about it?
We go there and we help Albert and we defeat whoever is betraying at the current time.
Well, and then we know about the crypt itself. We had done a check on it before.
Yep, I can't remember who rolled the check.
Okay, yeah, I don't remember.
Essentially, it is now known as Warlock's Crypt. It's basically a corruption or bastardization of an area that at one time was known as a Larlock's Keep. It was basically a ancient flying enclave, and it crashed into this location. essentially, it was taken over by this guy, Larlock. He was not a pleasant person. Basically, the city ended up falling into rumors of undead, wickedness, necromancy. And as a result of that, the sort of popularization of the name became Warlock's Keep or Warlock's Crypt.
Yeah. But
So, if I remember, the Jackson, the person that it's referencing, this Larlock who ruled there, lived over 100 years ago.
old. Yeah, so we don't know. We know that much, but we don't know anything about who would be betraying him, or if he's making it up.
I'm
Which
gonna.
Murdoch would not say out loud because
Yeah.
it's just unfair to hear that.
Okay.
I mean, well, obviously, I was. I'm gonna like just kind of go away from the group and be like, well, I can figure out what we could do, and I hold up my sending stone and I'm gonna message Albert.
Okay.
You said 25 words?
25 words, yep.
Okay. Dearest, on our way. Who is betraying you? Are you safe? What? No. Where can we meet you? What should we plan to do? Oh, yeah.
Moi.
Love.
Little bit of time
Oh.
goes by,
No.
and you do get a response.
Okay.
And it starts out, are you coming by land or sea? Depending on your approach, we would meet in different spots. As for who is... Wait. And then you hear just a scream. And that's it.
How convenient.
Am I allowed to call back?
The sending stone works once a day.
How convenient.
Doo-doo-doo. The caller you are trying to dial.
Is dead.
Please deposit 500 gold pieces for the next
Yeah.
3 seconds.
Oof.
They really get you with those fees.
Microtransactions on my phone bill.
Oh, God.
Could I step
To the
away from the
game.
group and do that thing I wanted to do?
Okay.
Okay.
Can't
So-
get too far away.
No. I just want to stand up in a corner of the boat and just sort of meditate.
Okay. Hold on. Check where you're worded it that way to me. I'm going to send you a quick thing on. Here, check your Discord
Okay.
and just
Okay.
message the number back to me.
Okay.
Like ships in the night, Sarah is going to rush past Lydia and go over to Murdoch.
It's always me. Yep.
Okay.
She's writing.
I, I, I she, he, I don't know. I I tried to.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sarah. I'll like not to like demean that you're short, but I'm gonna get down on one knee because I'm very tall.
Oh, I'm a married woman.
I know. You messaged him what happened.
He he was trying to message me back, and he screamed, and he wanted to know if we were coming by land or by sea. It changes where he would meet us, and I can you message him? I can,
Yes. Of course I can message him.
why does it only work one time? Who would design something like this?
It's very powerful magic to be able. You can talk with someone. I'm gonna call him right now. Text him. Whatever. Why is it that the old lady is the one getting the phone? Anyway,
Without
Let
your
me-
jitterbug.
let me get. Okay. Switcheroo. It's me. Why you screaming? You need to give some specifics here. Do I have to say my sending spell out loud or do I think it?
I don't remember. Let's take a look.
I could
I
read
thought-
my spell before I use it and
There
not
you
make
go.
the DM have to do.
It is vocal.
Well, it has vocal parts. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to say the whole thing.
Yeah, the spell is vocal, but
Um,
I always took it as like telepathy.
Yeah, me too.
It says the creature hears the message in its mind
Yeah.
and can answer in a like manner.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd say,
So-
well, your components, the way you cast a spell, so you may go, abracadabra, and then everything else is in your mind if that's how you want it to be.
Okay. So then after saying we need some specifics, Murdoch will say, because I do not fully trust what you are saying, so you need to be specific. Who are they? What are they doing? What are you doing? Think carefully, because I know you're smart.
How many words was that?
I was under 25.
A few moments goes by, and you get a very short response. You hear, smart woman. They're everywhere. And they're waiting for you. They know you're coming. And now we're going to flash over to Lydia for a moment. As Lydia, as you complete your task, as you're sitting there and performing your ritual, your eyes cloud over. And you see, should anyone look at you, they'd see what look to be storm clouds, just this sort of grayish white flashing through your eyes as you find yourself sailing through the sky. And then rapidly, you feel yourself diving downward. You see trees and mountains, buildings, and you find yourself within a hallway. Footsteps as you watch a small humanoid walking across the ground. Pale complexion, dark hair. Dark, like reddish brown leathers. Beside him, hunched over, but almost 2 feet taller than this individual, looks to be an ancient elderly woman. One long sort of salt and pepper, more salt than pepper to the hair, pulled back, tied in like a French braid style, tied down at the bottom, and the two of them just very slowly walking down the hallway. And you hear a conversation. Yeah, they'll be here soon. Not much. We've already found the stockpile, though. Everything should be gone before they arrive. We'll get to have some fun. And they continue down for a couple of moments, and then you can see this. They come to this large doorway. 2 doors on it. Looks to be like a brushed nickel, like door pulls on it. The pulls both shaped in the letter L. The smaller male reaches over, opens the door and says, "Do you think we can find out what any of this does?" And the old woman looks back over and just gives a smile. If you're right and we have a little bit of time before they arrive, then we can do it now. And as they start to walk into the room, what you find strange is you've been following sort of right behind them during this. As they pass the doorway, they vanish.
Okay.
As your spell hits the doorway, immediately you find yourself thrown back into your body.
Okay. Crap. Everyone, if we could just have a bit of a talk again before we go into this situation, I want us all to be prepared.
Okay. Yeah, sure. What's up?
I'm not sure that there's going to be other people there besides Albert and his folk. I don't think that they're being attacked right now by anyone.
I
had my suspicions.
This
I
isn't
look-
what you think, Granny.
I look between Sarah and Lydia, and I look back at Sarah and I nod. I called his bluff. I asked him to be specific and say who was doing this. I think it's just him and his people. I think the betrayal is on us.
That's... yes. It seems that they have found something there and are excavating it and they want to see what it does. And I'm not sure what they plan to do with us exactly once we get there, but I don't think it's any good. Granny, have you seen a very elderly woman before? Maybe like human-sized, but do you know any? With the long grey and white hair.
Do I recall?
Go ahead and make a, we'll call this either intelligence or history.
And isn't intelligence history?
It depends. If you have proficiency in history, you may have a higher score to it.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't have proficiency, then yeah, it's just an intelligence check.
Okay. Nine.
It doesn't ring a bell that you can remember off the top of your head.
No, all of Albert's family are halfling as well, and all of my family is obviously halfling, and
Right? I just want you to be prepared, Granny, that this isn't what it seems at all.
well, maybe they have him captured at the moment, and he is just
I don't think so.
you you don't know him.
I don't know him, but I've seen him. And I know what he's capable of. Part of. Maybe not all the way, but I know that his intentions might not be what they seem. We're all
You
very sorry. I am very sorry, but we have to be on our guard for this one, okay?
you can be on your guard as much as you want. I was married to him for 50 years. I I love him. Now, I love him 50 years ago. If there's some if there's some sort of magic or what have you, perhaps it's making him act differently. You saw what the dragon in the dream did. You saw what they were doing to him in the dream.
I'm afraid that he seems to be in cahoots with this other woman, and they're delving into some stuff that maybe they shouldn't. And
He probably has a good reason for it. It just, you you don't know him how I know him. And I know you think you're protecting me and I'm the silly little granny and all that, but I don't know magic, I don't know battle, I know my husband. I know him.
alright.
You had to learn about his real name in a book.
I look at Murdoch as I start walking to the back of the boat. And we don't even know your real name, Murdoch.
Exactly! Because I keep things to myself for my own protection. He's keeping something to himself. I'm not saying that the relationship that you had, or the feelings that you had, or the words that you shared are false. That's not what I'm saying. But I think there's another layer to this. There's another layer to me. You read in that book what he is known for. Maybe he didn't tell you to keep you safe. That's what I'd like to believe. But we don't know.
I saw him and it didn't look good for us. For what he intended. But we will always have your back, Granny. Always.
That is true. You're my client. You're my friend.
But if I see you going to do something stupid, I'm probably going to stop you. Because
I'm gonna-
I'm your friend too. So, yeah.
Can I reach down my hand and put it on Granny's shoulder and cast Death Ward on her?
If you'd like to.
I would like to.
So you do that closer to the actual thing, or?
It lasts 8 hours.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Well, all we can do is wait now, but to know that we have your best interest at heart, Granny. And we love you. Alright.
I'm gonna head to the back of the boat by myself.
Okay.
Have myself a little Titanic moment.
It's been 84 years.
Okay, so as time goes on, if no one else has anything else they're doing, eventually you see that the boat starts to turn a little bit more easterly. And you can see it looks like you're going to be heading in to the basically an inlet, an opening at this mouth of a river.
Okay.
A little bit of time goes by, and your strangely captained vessel steers itself over. And as you've pulled into this river a little ways, you find yourself, we're just going to grab a line here and point. So basically you find yourself sort of right at the right-hand point of that line. As there is no dock along this section of the river, your vessel just banks itself on the side of the river.
Okay.
And you can see a ways off in the distance stone ruins.
Oh, during that time, I think I would have told Murdoch everything I saw between the woman and the man.
Okay, would you be... Excuse me, would you be trying to pull Murdoch aside to do this, or...
Yes, but not too much. Like, if anyone wanted to listen, I would, like, kind of pull them in too, but I would say that, yes, I heard them say that all of the stockpiles have been removed, and that they can have some fun now. And that concerns me. And that they can experiment now with what they found. And then my magic stopped at this barrier, and I couldn't see them anymore.
Why do people always have to be messing with shit in ruins? Why can't we just leave? Why can't we just leave old magic shit alone?
I mean, what are we about to walk into here? It's
Sounds like a giant booby trap, but
I just want to know why he's against us.
Yeah, it's hard to. I don't know.
I'm worried that it's just ease of availability. If he's able to get Sarah, and all the better that there's some people coming along with him to necessitate these experiments. Just doesn't sound good.
I mean, like, is it possible that he's been lying about who he is to Sarah all that time?
I think it's quite possible.
I think it's most assuredly possible.
I think that's what he does. Men ain't shit.
And Furia says, "Yep, for sure."
Yeah.
Fear's like, I actually knew it like
I
20
knew that-
sessions ago,
yeah.
but
Furia's a dolphin.
I would just say I don't think he's going to outright attack or anything like that, because that eliminates all of the advantage he's built up. No, he's going to try and talk his way through something.
But I don't know about this woman. What she's capable of.
And Sarah's gonna. Sarah is not gonna believe. Like, I don't think we're gonna sway her with words that he's possibly even possible that he's against us or betraying us. Doesn't seem like she'll be convinced of that.
How's Sarah looking on the opposite end of the boat with her Sigs? With her moment. Are you angry? Are you sad? Forlorn?
I mean, she pulled out Snow Moon's urn and is just talking to it at this current moment, so, do with that info as you will.
We have to plan for the fact that we have to plan for Sarah being a bargaining chip. We have to plan for stopping Sarah from doing something dangerous.
Yes. Yes, you're right about that.
But I don't know what's going on. Maybe deep down she does believe us, but she doesn't want to. I don't know.
I mean, in the end, I guess the result is the same, right?
In the end, the result is pretty much the same. So I would say, how many did you see, Lydia?
Just Albert and another lady.
Right. So let's
But
assume
they went into this room that my magic couldn't see past, and I assume that's where all their stuff is.
Albert has to be very skilled. This woman might be some sort of mage or magical advisor, right-hand woman, something like that. And they probably have a few lackeys if you said they've been excavating these ruins. They're probably not doing it by themselves. So we could be evenly to slightly outnumbered. I would say we just keep an eye on what we think are the most dangerous people. And if push comes to shove, we try and shut them down as soon as possible. Other than that, yeah.
What if Albert attacks and all that we can do is fight back? I mean, I guess we do what we have to do.
I saw her put a bolt through 3 different Alberts when she felt that she was being deceived. We know that we're telling the truth to the best of our ability. And I actually think that Sarah's quite good at picking out when someone's not telling her the truth. And I'm worried for her, but I'm gonna trust her.
Alright, we'll follow her lead for now at least.
I think that'll make her feel better if we let her take the lead. We just are there to support her, like good
Right.
friends.
Okay.
Sarah!
Yeah?
Uh,
I think we're all ready to go.
Coming. Some like shuffling and bag noises and comes out. Glasses are very clearly like fogged on the edges, but she like rubbed them.
Girl, help.
Are we there? Have
Yes.
we arrived?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I think I've waited long enough.
You want to take the lead?
I do.
Okay.
Do we have to tell the boatman to stop?
No, he crashed right into the.
He just
Yeah.
crashed
Oh.
right in.
He just-
ran aground.
Oh.
So we probably all went like,
Yeah,
ugh,
let's do it
and then
now.
went, Sarah.
Made it.
Oh, snowboard!
Smash.
Into the ocean he goes.
Oh no.
It's okay.
You know-
We've got like another like 2/5 of him.
Ashes
Yeah.
and seed.
A little bit of
That's not
ash in the
bad.
water, you know. Yeah,
At least
so
he's
is-
not on It's a Small World.
Okay.
If there's a fight here, though, we should sprinkle a little bit of his ashes here. I think he'd like that.
Yeah.
Pocket sand.
You
Oh my God.
Snowmoon can still help us in the fight.
Pocket snowman. Yes. Awesome.
Oh no, Lord.
That's so messed up.
Sorry, Maddie.
Namco Bandai, Pocket Snowmoon. Oh boy.
Okay. What are we doing?
So it takes
there
you
a
a little bit
clear
of time
path
to
up?
sort of climb your way down off the side of the boat, but eventually you start following. Basically, you're following sort of the hill, as a little ways in front of you, you can see as the ground is sort of erupting into these larger mountains on one side of you, and the trees of the Trollbark Forest on the other side. So as you start making your way sort of up along this slight clearing that is right between the sort of forest and mountain line towards where you had seen the ruins as you had entered the river's opening. Takes you a good couple of hours, but eventually you start to see the remnants of this, well, we'll call it city, town, this sort of outpost, and the ruins thereof. At this point, you're probably still about 1,000 feet away. Sarah, how would you be leading the way in? What's your plan of approach?
Very slowly. Possibly holding big stick for assistance. But do I see any sign of like people, battle?
Go ahead and make a
Albert.
perception check.
Can it be investigation?
Not at this distance.
Damn it!
It's a cataracts check.
Oh, okay, 17.
Oh, she got her LASIK. Good for her.
As you sort of wipe the fog from the sides of your glasses to help you see a little bit better, as you're looking at this distance, you can see that there does appear to be, as you're facing, what looks to be sort of like at one point was a large sort of entry gate to this compound, or whatever it was at the time. You can see the gate is, sort of slightly cocked a little bit to one side, but the door is open, and with that check, you don't see anyone in that front area of the gate. So it seems like if anything did happen, it must have happened within the location.
Okay. I think we might be okay here in the open, but we should get inside just in case.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to check just in case there's any booby traps?
Right. When we... Duh.
Okay. I can't see anything like scanning the tree line or up.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
And then I might, depending on what the result of this is.
Yeah,
might
can I
have
make one
something.
too? Because I think that my head would be on a swivel because of Sarah too.
Sure.
22.
Okay.
Yeah, 25.
Okay. So, with the two of you, with Art looking mostly along the tree line, and Fairy with you having your head sort of on a swivel, Lydia, I don't know why I said Fury again. Lydia, you notice immediately. You notice the same thing that Sarah did, looking towards the gate and looking for signs of something happening in the open. And it seems to be very clear. Artemis, as you're more focused on the tree line area, you notice that as you're looking around, you can see small signs of wildlife, birds, small like rabbits and things sort of darting around in the woods as you're looking immediately beside you. As your gaze gets closer towards those ruins, you don't see that. So either there's something that possibly over there, or it may just be, from what the group of you know, is just this is sort of a dark and not friendly place. It could just be that sort of aura sensation keeping the wildlife away, or there could be something going on in that part of in that area of the forest.
Right. Interesting. Definitely spooky vibes.
And while they were looking, I wanted to do something slightly different.
Okay.
I wanted to see, because I've at least seen what I think Albert looks like in the dream, and I know his fake name and possibly his real name, so I feel like I'm familiar enough with him. I want to just try and dart about a couple message spells, because I have to point in his general direction, so I kind of want to like subtly be kind of using my finger like radar wise, seeing if I can hit him with a message spell. So I'm kind of just always being like, well, we're here, no signs of fighting.
Okay.
Are you going to say hi, or are you just going to like shoot us or something?
And you're just going to be continually doing that?
Yeah, I mean, when we were more properly up to the ruins, but then I'm really gonna like try and hit a few of them while Sarah is distracted with looking for traps.
Okay. Yeah, so I will let you know if anything comes back to you. It doesn't, at least at the moment. That message is 120 feet?
Message is 120 feet, and
Okay.
I will see if it says anything about like going through walls or anything. You can cast the spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target.
Yep.
And know it is beyond the barrier.
Okay.
magical silence, a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks it.
Okay.
So, I know the ruins probably. There's a lot of stone.
So, Sarah, you said you were checking for traps. Are you doing this when you get closer, or are you checking, like, out in the plains?
As we get closer to the building,
Okay.
if there's any like structures, maybe like a quick glance. But since they're ruins, probably not more.
Okay. So go ahead then and make your investigation check. I'll have you roll it now as you're getting...
Yay!
19?
Okay. And Rose, anything you'd be doing?
No, just kind of letting Sarah take the lead and
Okay.
just kind of following her lead.
So I'm just looking for something here. Jesus, level is that? Okay, there it is. So, Furia will actually offer to the group if you're trying to be sneaky, if you want her to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, right. That's a good idea.
But it's up to the group if you want to be trying to sneak in or not.
I'll leave that up, Sarah.
Yeah, probably not Sarah. Or, yeah, probably not Sarah.
Okay. I guess then we shouldn't.
I mean, I
It's
think
up
he
to the group.
knows we're headed this way. I mean,
He does.
I'd like to avoid any traps, if we find them, but
I mean, Sarah, you know what we think, but if you still believe that he's been attacked by somebody, do you want to be bursting all in there, or do you want to get the drop on them?
I suppose getting the drop on them would be a good idea.
It's like in Survivor, Murdoch goes to the confessional cam. She's like, "Did I manipulate Sarah? Yes, but it's for the safety of the group."
Okay, so
Cuts back.
I need everyone then to go ahead and make a stealth check. You will have a +10 to it thanks to Furia casting Pass Without a Trace.
23.
Yep.
24.
32.
Nice.
Okay.
What? What's that?
I'm gone.
28.
Jesus.
Whoop! I'm gone.
I rolled a 5 and a 15, so 15.
Okay. So, yeah, the group of you vanish. Which is quite impressive given the lack of cover in the middle of... So you guys are sort of falling within the tree line, staying against the rock face, just sort of making your way up towards the gate. Once you get to that front gate, Sarah, as you've taken point or sort of watching this, you do in fact see that there is a section of floor in the middle of the gate, which, strangely enough to you, does not have a single footprint on it. As you punch Artemis in the head.
Yeah.
I put my arms out like that.
It's a good thing I'm short. Oh my gosh.
Stop. Is it like a large one, or is it like we can easily avoid it?
It looks to be about 5 foot by 5 foot. You can go around it. It just looks like it was set dead center of the, it's just a 5 foot by 5 foot section dead center of the gateway.
Okay. Get point at it. Everyone go around. Go around.
Going around.
Going around.
Yep. Follow. Follow around.
Okay. As you make your way around and you continue into the sort of inner entryway, we'll call this, to this compound, you do see that there are a couple of buildings that appear, again, very dilapidated. It's old stone constructions. Most of it's sort of crumbled. You can see where, like, part of the earth and ground is just sort of riding up the side of the building a little bit. Grass and bushes growing up along these ruins. But you can see that there are, within one of these three, what looks to be almost like slightly cockeyed towers, there is a section that has been torn out within the wall. And you can see a very poorly made but makeshift door has been set on this opening.
Be careful. I think we have a sniper tower set up around. I point at the poorly made doors in the towers.
That is a little bit tricky.
You continue looking. You do see that there are a couple of other buildings as well, a little further in. Again, very similar sort of images. They are slightly angled off to one side. Parts of it are crumbling. But at the moment, you still are not seeing anything beyond that.
Are these like buildings that like we could like go into, or are they buildings?
Yeah, I
that are
mean, one of
mostly
them has,
just,
it looks like somebody built a door on an opening on one of them. There are a couple of them you could find, again, you could find a way into, but just have to decide where you want to go, where you're looking.
Do we want to check these buildings out? Sort of a breach and clear?
Yeah, I mean, we're here, right? I guess we should look around a bit.
We could maybe get up to one of those towers and get a better look at everything around.
Yeah, see if we can spot anything from up in them.
Also good. What's closest to us?
Closest to you is probably that, the leaning tower that Sarah saw with the doorway on it.
Like leaning tower, like structurally sound yet leaning, or
At this distance, hard to know for sure.
well,
Do we see like a peak with like does it look like somebody could be standing up in there, or is it just like a wall?
From where you're looking at it, it's sort of leaning away. So picture the tower itself. If it should be standing like this, and you're looking this way, it's leaning sort of like that. So you
Okay.
can't see the top of it, but given the angle that you're looking at, you think it's unlikely that somebody would be standing up on the top of it.
If it's not structurally sound, I don't feel comfortably going into it because I'm kind of big.
No, that's fair.
Don't want to rattle too many things.
Do we want to get a Furia bird's eye view, and then the rest of us walk
True.
on the ground?
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
we should.
Okay.
And we all look at Feria.
UAV online.
She turns into a bird and just takes off, and now is slowly just flying right above the group of you.
I'll check in with her periodically with message spells.
Okay.
Anything that you immediately see?
And she feeds back the same information. She's saying she's not seeing any she's not seeing any people or anything running around that she can tell. Sees the same sort of various different buildings strewn throughout.
Okay. Then let's keep moving. Yeah.
Do any of the immediate structures have thieves' cant on them?
You'd have to go up to one of them to look. At this distance from them, you wouldn't be able to see, but you can go to any one of them if you'd like to and take a look.
Okay. I was more saying, like, do any of them have like a big like
Oh
symbol?
no, there's no post.
spray-painted?
There's no poster board like Albert's Lair.
Okay. I think I'll keep going towards like. Is there like there's like a big one that's like a main looking kind of deal?
You haven't seen anything that sort of jumps out as like the key, like the castle at the center of the keep.
Yeah.
Right now, what you're seeing from where you are right now, the closest is that sort of leaning tower. Then you've got a couple of what look to be smaller buildings. But again, you would also, this is DM to players, keep in mind what you learned in the lore book. This was a flying city that crashed to the ground.
Nothing is gonna just be.
I meant like, is there like a tent,
Mhm.
like a general's tent or something like that?
You don't see anything like that, no.
Okay.
Okay.
And my point is, think of dropping a bowling ball on the beach.
Mm.
Goes in
Okay.
and shit comes on top.
Okay.
Should we check out that one building first? That's closest to us. and-
True. Yep.
Yeah, the one with the door. I mean,
Yeah, let's
doesn't we're not seeing much else, so
let's
I'd
check
rather
that.
we check one and then the other rather than run through the whole of the place.
Oh, okay. Go ahead that way.
Okay. As you start to get a little closer to it, Sarah, you actually do start to see that there is something scrawled on the door.
What is it?
Are you going up to the door to look at it?
I am, yes.
Okay. So, as you come running up to the door, it is in fact in Thieves' Cant. And as you're looking at it, it says two words.
Hmm.
Hold on. And you hear a click. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
26.
As the group of you watch, as the ground that Sarah was standing on immediately seems to spring up towards the door and just boom. Sarah, you manage to dive off to the side and sort of roll as the door swings open like a cat door. And you can see, as you're diving out of the way, there is a slide that goes from in there and turns and goes down, following the descent of the tower. And as you sort of barrel and roll in the dirt, that's where we're going to take our break this evening. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be back in just a few moments as Sarah has narrowly avoided going for a trip down a slide. So we will see what they do next. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back soon.
BRB.
welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for your patience. We took that quick break. As you noticed, we have lost a Lydia. Fortunately, Sarah had to leave partway through this evening. But we've got, she's given me a little information on what her thoughts have been. So we will take it from there, and we will pick up with our beloved halfling grandma. Just cannonballing and rolling across the ground as she has narrowly avoided being dumped down a slide. Down into the darkness within a leaning tower.
Is it like a foreboding slide, or?
You're really not sure. You basically, as the floor tried to throw you down, you dove to the side. You just happened to notice that as you dove, you could see there was metal that went down and took a sharp turn following basically the descent of the tower.
After I've dusted myself off, I'm gonna pick up a rock or something, just kind of like toss that down the slide. Do I hear it hit the bottom?
I was here. Ding, 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 ding. Then it just sort of stops as you hear it. You can hear it scrape for a little while, and then you just sort of hear a thump.
Perhaps another day.
And are we still, like, we're still stealthing? We haven't... Or despite...
I mean, Sarah did just sort of... out of the way, so at least one of you is not stealthing at the moment. And actually, Furia would not be stealthing at this point, as she is now flying. Just basically, you have a bird circling above you.
Yeah.
Well, two of us are very old. We're used to that.
I guess Rose just, like, kind of has to fight the urge not to scream out loud, like, he's toying with us.
Either that or trying to get us separated.
I don't like being at someone else's whim. I don't like it at all.
I go back to the group, kind of dust myself. Still, I'm. There's nothing of importance in the tower.
Are you okay?
Oh, fine. It was just one of those usual springboards down the slide. I mean, honestly, is no one original anymore with their traps?
Oh, burn.
Get him.
That wasn't the tower, though. That was just a building, right?
It was just the building.
No, that was the leaning tower.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the
Oh,
door
that was
in
the-
the tower.
That was the
So-
closest one to the group of you.
Do
Okay,
we-
okay.
As we look around, are there any other doors or any other?
There are other buildings further if you head further in.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is something important down there. I'm not seeing anywhere else to go unless we go further in.
Well, there's one way to find out. I'm gonna pull out one of my fuzzballs.
Okay.
I mean, it's much easier to hear an animal hit the bottom.
So you're throwing
Don't look at me like that.
So you're throwing a fuzzball down the slide.
I will
I'll
throw...
take my cat from you, thank you.
No, it's Rocky! My baby!
That's the sound that she's gonna make!
Yeah, I'm going to pick one up and toss it down the slide and go, "If you survive the fall, come back."
Okay. Go
Bro!
ahead and roll a d8 for me.
There we go. 4.
Okay. And again, you sort of have to lean a little bit as the springboard is still up. So as you're sort of leaning, pushing it, and check this thing down, as it hits and as you hear it start sliding, all of a sudden you can hear the sound of something scraping on metal and a meh. As you can hear a goat start to bleat, and then you hear as it appears that it's a little difficult for 4 hooves to stay upright on a slide.
I was hoping I get the owl again.
And you hear the bleeding, and then you hear so,
I don't think it.
and then it's still alive down there.
Well, that's good. That's a good sign.
I mean, it's not a way that we would like to go, but good to know that a sheep can survive, a goat can survive down there. Oh boy.
For those of you at home, if I didn't have 2 small children asleep right now, it totally would have been a screaming goat, and it just would have been screaming the whole fucking way down there, but...
Good to know, thanks.
Good.
Lick it, Picasso.
Let's maybe go to whichever the building tower is closest. Sarah, make sure you don't get smooshed.
Wasn't planning on it. I will lead the group towards the next structure.
Okay. A few minutes goes by, and eventually you come up to the next one. As you get closer to this one, it looks like this is the... basically, like it looks to be a much smaller building as you start to approach it. You can see what looks to be a couple of what at one time were windows. They're just now just openings leading within. But as you start getting closer to it, you realize that this is got to be like an upper floor, or like I'm going to call it a skylight type situation. Something you would see in a church. How they've got like the 2-story windows. So as you're looking in this, you can see down into a darkened room within. Looks to be probably about 20-25 feet down to the ground level. But the window you're looking in is even on ground with you. It's just this building seems to be buried underneath.
Okay. Can I survey anything else down there? Like, is there people? Is there...
You're not seeing any movement down there. It is fairly dark, though.
Okay.
As it is still, at this point, it's about midday, so the sun is almost directly overhead at this point.
Okay.
And howdy, Lala Big Mac. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Can we see any way to get into this tower, or is it just we just see the
Sure,
window?
there's basically where used to be a window is now just an opening. It's just a 25-foot drop to the ground.
Oh, it's
beneath
just
it.
the opening.
Ah.
Okay, the
Yeah.
window.
So you could literally jump in the window if
okay.
you wanted to, but it's a long way down.
If I peek my head in a little closer, can I see in the dark anything?
Not really. Again, you can see the ground. You can see that there looks to be some sort of remnants of furniture down there. but there is literally no light coming into this area because of where the sun is currently situated. So looking into it, it's just like you can tell you don't see anything moving down there, and it looks like there is some sort of like benches or seating down there that is very obviously in disrepair.
I mean,
Well, someplace like this would be a good setup for a sort of base or hideaway. Is there a like you said, it's just a straight 25-foot drop?
Like 25 foot straight down, yeah.
Okay. Are there any like remnants of like rope or ladder or anything?
Not that you're seeing from where you're looking.
Okay. Could probably check this out. Do any of you have rope?
Let me check Lydia, because Furia
I think I
is
do.
bird.
Tyria, like, always has... Yeah, or Lydia, I think.
Oh wait, I have rope.
Oh. Well,
Never mind, I found it.
good.
Good, because I don't have any.
Okay. I have 50 feet of rope, so okay. I'm gonna tie like part of it on my waist. Just lower me down, or suspend it a little, and I'll.
Yeah, I'll help, and I'll take the other end, and I'll like tie it around my waist, and then hold on to it with both hands in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Thank
And
you,
just-
Roxway. Okay, here.
Yeah, I'll
here
try
I go.
to slowly lower you down.
Yeah, I'll do the like kicking, like sort of rock climb, belay down.
Alright, so like dig my heels in
Okay.
as I feel.
Rose, go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Okay. Ten.
Okay.
With a +5.
So as you can feel the little bit of movement on the rope is Sarah sort of bouncing her way down. And every time she kicks off, you slide about a foot closer to the edge.
Like, oh.
Don't touch me.
Go ahead and make one more strength save as she's about halfway down now and you are literally coming up to the edge of the window.
So this is a save now, or just a straight check?
But no, a strength saving throw this time.
Okay. 23.
As you're sliding forward, your heels hit the bottom of this windowsill, and as your body gets pulled forward, you manage to just throw your arms out and literally just sort of boom into the window. And Sarah, you find your feet on the ground.
Okay.
You are in a very dark room.
Crap.
Well, anything?
At this point, she's on ground, so Rose, you feel that weight
Okay.
sort of come off you at this point.
Okay.
Lydia!
Couple seconds away. Yes, Granny.
Could you give Granny a hand and cast some light into the room, dearie?
Take a look at something here, because...
Even if you cast it on something and then chuck it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
can't do
should
that.
really look into getting
Oh.
some of those spells, huh?
Let's see, what does she have on her?
Maybe we should also just like give Sarah a flashlight.
Um, oh, she's gonna take a copper coin out, cast light on it, and just throw it down at you.
Thank you. I'll pick up the coin once it's hit the bottom.
Yep, so easy enough to do. So you now have essentially a torch on you.
Okay.
And as you start looking around, you can see that there is... Looks to be, at one point, this was some sort of a meeting area, as there are what looks to be remnants of tables, chairs. There's still some benches in the room that are somewhat together, but again, mostly broken, presumably from when the city fell. As you're looking around, though, you do see that there is a stone doorway that seems to have stairs that lead down.
Well, yeah, if this is like the top, if this is the spire, then yeah, it makes sense if something leads down. Okay, I'm gonna like go back at least so I'm like under the window and shout up at my group. I found some stairs. They lead down. I'm going to investigate.
Should one wait? Should you wait for one of us at least to join you?
That's what I said while muted. I said, don't go alone.
Um,
No, I'll just like look to the group. Like I can join if Lydia, if you just hold the rope, I can climb down.
Unless we all want to go down.
Or all of us, yeah. But we'll have to find somewhere to secure the rope if we all want to climb down.
What about we've got a bird keeping an eye. We have Lydia hold the rope, and us three go down and see how far this goes to investigate. And if it seems like we should continue there, then we'll tell the other two to come down.
That sounds good.
Yes.
I'm always finding creative ways to just leave. Go, hold that rope, Lydia. We're
All right,
we're
hold
coming.
on, Sarah. We're coming down.
oh, okay.
Wait right there.
Okay.
Hold on a moment.
You said there's like pews and stuff in here?
Pew.
You're muted, DM.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Thank you. Had to happen at some point. Wouldn't be a Provo stream without it. Yes, they look to be there are some. They are pretty messed up. I mean, they're, it's cockeyed, but you could still sit on one. You'd have that sort of one ass lean where you're sort of like this, trying to lean into it. But
I will
Never could have called that.
I will sit on my one cheek as I wait for my party.
Well, I'll make my way down.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have Lydia make a strength check here.
Drops us all, we all die. End of game.
Okay, we're gonna just go on a roll 20, I think. Yeah, I went to roll 20. So as you start to go down, immediately she starts to slide. She rolled an 8. So she'll make her strength saving throw. And she manages to catch the window. It's a little rough for you, Murdoch, as you get a little bit sort of back and forth jerked, as you could feel as she just completely, as you start swinging down, just apparently was not anticipating exactly how powerful of a dragonborn you are. She manages to catch on, so.
I do think I weigh like over 200 pounds. I'm like
Yeah, she
huge.
was expecting a rose, and she got she got a mountain. Then eventually, you make your way down. Who's heading down next?
I'll go next, or
Okay.
alright.
Is it okay if I go next?
Yeah, if you want to go next, you can.
Okay. Lydia holding on again, and oh yeah, she has no problem holding on for Art. And last one
tiny.
for Rose heading down, and Jesus, another 6. Okay, is once again she loses her grip for that. Makes her save. And saving throw. And again manages to hold on at the window. So eventually the group of you have all made your way down to the bottom. Lydia is now up top, still holding the middle of the rope, as one end is currently tied to Sarah, the other end is currently tied to Rose.
I will untie myself and I'll yell. I guess we'll yell when we're ready, or I'll tug on the rope twice when we're ready to come back up.
There's
Also, Sarah, you untie
Okay.
yourself too.
So untie myself once I know my party is coming down.
Okay, so the 4 of you are all together now.
Yeah, you said you found some stairs?
Yes, right over here. And I'm
Right.
gonna lead them.
Okay. Seems, again, as you group you approach it with the light that Lydia had cast on the on the little coin. You can see it looks like it is a sail that just heads down a little ways and then slowly starts to curve.
Might go down pretty deep, but I would say until maybe the next room.
Yeah, I mean, if this city really did fall out of the sky, I mean, who knows? This might have been like the highest point of the whole city. Who knows?
That's true.
I start heading down.
Okay.
Brave little toaster over here.
Okay.
Well, I guess we're go. Can we walk side by side? Like, how wide is it?
Oh yeah, you can easily go 2 by 2.
Okay.
Okay, so is the group of you just making your way down the stairs? A little bit of time goes by, and you can see it looks like it's starting to, as it's sort of curled around, and you guys have sort of spiraled down. You're thinking you're probably on your 3rd loop around, as it seems to come down to a landing and then straighten out.
What is the architecture here? Is it just stone?
From on the location you're in right now, yes, it is currently stone.
Okay.
And so as you hit the straightaway and start continuing along, what is the marching order? I know Sarah's up front.
I'll take second.
Okay. Well, you can walk side by side if you want to. You can go single file. It's all up to the group.
Party's marching 2 by 2.
I guess I'll walk beside Sarah then.
Oh, okay. So that would leave Murdoch and Art behind. Okay, as the group of you are moving along. And all of a sudden, the four of you hear a click. For both Rose and Sarah. I need you to both make Constitution saving throws.
Forgot to look for chat.
I'm
Ooh.
using one of my luck points.
Okay.
I rolled a 26.
So you are okay.
18.
And you are okay as you are both walking along. And again, you're sort of looking around, trying to get a feel for where you are. And all of a sudden, the both of you feel this small pinprick as there is a small dart sticking into the front of each of your necks. You feel a slight burning sensation for a moment, but it seems to pass.
Oh, they loaded it with the weak poison.
It's just like rip it out
Oh,
and throw it against
God.
the wall. Ugh.
Art's immediately like looking down on the floor to see like where they stepped.
And as you're looking, you can see that there is, in this area, the stone floor, they are standing on a panel that looks like it has sunk about a half an inch.
All right then.
That would have shot me in like the hip.
Yeah, I guess we should have known better. Should have looked for that, but
What is
are you
the-
alright, Sarah? I'm alright. It just
I'm fine. I'm looking over the dart. Do the darts look the same as the ones from my like visions of me with Albert?
Which visions?
The ones where it was showing me him like assassinating people behind my back.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna whisper. Albert, dearest.
You don't hear anything.
No. Okay. There any more traps in front of us that I can see?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm gonna use one of my luck points. Okay, 19.
Okay. So as you continue moving down this hallway, you go about another 40 or 50 feet, and you do see what looks to be a very fine tripwire.
Okay. I'm gonna step over the tripwire and motion and show my party the tripwire. Step over it.
yeah. So I'll follow Sarah's lead and step over the tripwire.
Easy enough to avoid it now that Sarah's called your attention to it.
There are so many traps.
This is like a test.
And as you continue down the hallway, you actually can see there is a stone doorway with two wooden doors closed in front of you.
Did Lydia explain the whole of her scrying to us, or did she just not to
gave you,
me?
She
Okay.
gave you a very sort of rundown.
So she never told me about like the door and stuff, so I wouldn't know that this is okay. Okay. Are there any more traps?
Well, that as you check, that was the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the door.
Okay. Door's
Sarah,
closed. It's got a beautiful brushed nickel, 2 L-shaped door pushes on it.
Is it L-shaped or like L, like?
Literally the letter L.
Okay.
Each one of them. The left door says L. The right door says L. I
Oh,
don't know which way it's supposed to be for those watching at home.
okay.
Sarah, can I do something before you open the door?
Yeah, yes, Artemis, what?
Okay. They're gonna kind of like reach into their pack and just kind of like take hold of the dragon orb and just cast detect magic at will, because they can do that with that.
Huh. Okay. Oh, shit on me. Now I gotta look something up.
A dragon opens the door in a house coat with a little cup of coffee, like, "Hey, Melissa."
Artemis, I've heard so much about you.
Artemis, Artemis, I have a super secret group of powerful mages that we would like you to join.
We're giving you another
Not
orb!
Have another sending stone.
You get a massive pulse of abjuration magic.
Emanating from...
Literally right on the other side of the door.
Okay.
The other side, the other side. I'd like you to see. The other side, the other side, the other side of me.
Well then, magical, maybe a barrier or something. That would make sense with what Lydia was saying. Well,
Can you dispel it?
boy howdy, can I? Actually, this time. Yes, I can.
Otherwise, we'll just be like, Lydia! Come down! Go back up!
Give me 1 second. Because I actually think... I sure can do that too. So, keeping my hand on the orb, I'm going to attempt to scry on Albert.
Okay.
Because I can do that as well using that.
Murdoch's like, this dispel is taking much longer than the last time you did.
As you cast your spell and then your eyes sort of cloud over and you get that sensation of being pulled from your body. And then you feel the sensation of just rapid flight. And then you hit nothing. And your eyes clear and you're standing in your body. It seems your spell has failed.
Okay, so it is a barrier. Alright. I will try casting Dispel Magic.
Okay, so let me take a look at this here. Okay. So as you cast your
That would
spell,
be against the door.
it seems to have no effect.
Well, heck. That's all I can do, I believe.
Sarah, you said there are no more traps, right?
No. No, no more.
I mean, we should just try and open it, right? I mean, we've come this far.
It might be a person casting it or something.
Casting what?
Never mind, don't mind me. Magic.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. You watch as Sarah moves forward and coin in one hand, the light cascading off of it. Jordan pushes the two doors open. Immediately upon the doors opening, you watch as Sarah pushes them in, the coin goes dark. And you are shrouded once more in darkness.
Do any of us have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
I do.
Yes, I do.
You can see there are shades of gray within this room. The room itself is large. As the two of you looking into it who have any sort of vision can see that there are seems to be 2 or 3 small tents set up within about 50 or 60 feet of the door. Beyond that, you can't see you can't even make out walls as the room is so large within. Your vision fades to just darkness before you hit a wall.
And the light faded? Is it because like the spell was up, or is this?
The spell would last for. You would be familiar with this spell, as Lydia has used it numerous times. It lasts for an hour. That coin went dark the second her hand crossed the threshold.
Okay.
Sarah, what would you be doing as you have just pushed open the door and thrust yourself into darkness?
Oh! Artemis! Rose!
Yes, it's alright.
As your arms come back to your sides, as you're making this sort of movement, your hands come back from across the threshold and light comes back on.
Oh,
stopping at the threshold.
Oh.
It's
no. Yeah, no magic through the doors.
Okay.
Is that it?
Okay. Torches? Torches? Does anyone have torches? A lighter? A candle?
looking. I actually don't have torches. Do either of you have torches?
Don't think so.
God.
Here's the thing. I have a candle.
Okay.
But I don't have.
No torches.
Oh, I do. I do have a tinderbox.
Okay.
Why do I keep doing this? This is why I need to look at my inventory more.
You're the one that has all the not magic stuff.
Oh yeah, I do too. I
Okay.
forgot what was included in the explorer's pack.
I'm gonna drop the coin and light a match. And light my candle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use my tinderbox and light one of my torches.
Okay. So as you light it, you now have light cascading into said room. And those of you without dark vision are now able to see very similar to what the other two had just seen. There are tents off in the distance. Looks to be like this is where they had sort of set up their base camp.
I'm gonna call out Albert? Dearest?
And don't get a response.
Gonna go closer to the tents.
Oh, okay.
I will follow. I guess. Oh gosh.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll go together.
I'll stick close by too.
Sorta, kinda.
Yep. Together.
As the group of you start heading in, so there are two tents. One is a little bit larger than the other. Where are you heading first? As you're heading towards the tents?
Small one. Why would he be in a big one? He's a small person.
Alrighty then.
I don't know if. Never mind.
I mean, 2 tents. Let's just check one first.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you head into the smaller tent, you can see that there are a number of items strewn throughout on a small table within the room itself.
But there's no person.
No person within. No.
Okay. What are the where are the items? Like at a quick glance.
Oh, okay. So as you're looking through here, let me grab where my notes on that. Okay. So the first thing you notice is looks to be a metal rod or club sitting on the table. You see a couple of small stones. Looks to be a lantern that's not lit. And a dagger.
Okay. Out of the tent, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I shake my head at the group. He's not there. I head over to the large one.
Okay. Let's get over to the large tent. First thing you notice immediately upon walking in is it seems like this tent has been recently lived in. There are 2 bedrolls currently laid out on the ground on opposite sides of the tent. There's a small table in the middle with two seats on it. One is a much smaller seat than the other. As you're looking, there is a small pot, a couple of cups.
What's like left in the cup? Like in the cups.
As you sort of lean over and look, it's about half full. It's still warm.
But like, what's the liquid in the cups? Is
Oh,
it like coffee?
I apologize.
Tea?
As you're looking at it, it's sort of a clear, amberish, brownish colored liquid. You're welcome
What's
to
it
try it
smell
if you'd like. It's hard to say. It's hard to base what the liquid is by looking at it.
Is that sniff?
Go ahead and make we'll call this investigation. Why not?
Yay. 25.
Okay. It is a tea.
Is
A black
Either-
oolong.
either one the way Albert used to take his tea?
Yes.
You see her get happy from that. and get rush out of the tent. Is there a third place to enter?
As you're looking around the room, and again, rushing as quick as you can while keeping a candle lit.
Yeah.
As you move around, the room is very large. As you start moving further away from the area that you entered from, you do see that there are, in fact, 3 other doorways. And it seems to be that these, for best you can tell where you're standing, we'll call them cardinal directions to each other. Well, it's basically north, south, east, west.
Which one looks like someone has entered? Like footprints, ash prints.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. It takes you probably a good about 5 or 10 minutes going through each of these, slowly moving to keep your candle lit. But you do find the door basically directly across from where you entered from seems to be the most recently used. Something else you've noticed as you're sort of looking around, and that this time that you've taken moving from door to door and across this very large room, and all of you would see this as you're moving around, is I'm assuming you're all pretty much staying together at this point. There are large spheres hanging from the ceiling.
We have more orbs.
And they seem to be placed out at very regular intervals throughout this room.
And they're not giving off light, obviously, but is there are they making any kind of noise, or are they moving at all?
They're not moving,
just...
they're not giving off noise.
What are they made of?
Best you can tell as you're looking at them. Let me take a quick peek. Seems to be made out of solid metal. With the light, and actually I'd say Murdoch, you with your knowledge of weapons, Rose, you as well, you would probably recognize this metal as iron.
Just irons.
Yeah, they look like iron. I mean, could they be could there be some kind of magic effects on them that? I mean, I wouldn't be able to see that, but
I mean, all magic is kind of non-existent in here because of some
Right.
effect. I'm wondering if
Artemis,
if those are
your spell that you cast through your dragon orb is still in effect. You can see these orbs are what's resonating off the abjuration magic.
Oh, because I don't know if it's just because it's the dragon orb. I did want to know, can I still retrieve things from my bag of holding?
As you reach into it, it seems to be just a bag.
It's just your orb.
And I can see that these things are basically just like glowing with that abjuration.
They're just glowing with that abjuration magic. And as you're starting to look at, and basically as you're looking at them and you're seeing each orb is giving off this sort of aura around it, you can see how it looks like they've been set up in a specific pattern.
To be able to cover the whole room, or
how far off of the ground are they? They're like hanging from the ceiling?
They're hanging from the ceiling, but they're probably only about maybe 10 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Dang it, I wish we had Lydia. She could just jump, she could just reach no tippy toes.
I might be able to.
I mean, do we just want to just smash them and...
Well, they're iron balls. The best we could do perhaps is just get them out of the way.
You three do whatever you want with the iron balls. I'm going through the store.
Hmm?
Sarah, just give us like a mitt, please, before you
What
go
did-
through more doors.
What did you see? Did you see something in the tent?
He there was tea, there was food. The tea was still warm. The tea was how he took it.
Oh,
On the ground, and I'm gonna kind of like direct my candle. there, this way is the way someone has gone. That someone is most likely Albert, and I'd like us to get the lead out and go.
I mean,
If something bad happens, Rose is probably fine. You're probably fine. Artemis and I and our other two companions are practically noodles. Can we see if we can get our magic back? Give us a little bit of time. Please.
Murdoch, I've been so patient.
I know. I know. But say the worst happens, and say someone gets really, really hurt. We can't heal them. Or say someone is beyond just being hurt. We can't stabilize them or bring them back.
Fine. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
What can we do?
What can we do? How are they connected to the ceiling? I'm tall, maybe with a little bit of like step up from Rose. I might be able to climb up. You're muted.
God bloody hell. Looks to be the length of chain.
Okay. I don't know if just breaking the chain and having the balls fall are going to do it, but what I'm wondering is, because you said they're spaced equidistantly,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm thinking that they don't have one of these can't cover the whole room.
Yeah, if we just throw them all in the corner or something, then
Yeah.
most of the room, we'd be able to get our abilities back.
In that case, I don't think that I need to ask, but if I get you up there, do you think you can break a chain?
Of course.
Well, all right, Rose,
Hoorah!
get on my shoulders. Between me and you, that should be at least 9 feet. I would
Yeah,
assume.
yeah. I'll climb up onto Murdoch's shoulders.
Okay. Easy enough to do. So as you
And-
climb up, you'll have to hop a little, but you can try to get up on one if you want to.
All right, I think it's just a little short. We might need to jump and time this, but
I will help you.
all right, on 3. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, and then
Okay. Go ahead and make a single athletics check for me, Rose.
okay. Oh yeah, 28.
Easy enough.
Ah.
Is Marlock put you up there, and you actually clear the top of this thing by about 2 feet, and manage to grab onto the chain without a problem.
All right. You knock it down. The rest of us will roll it out of the way, and we'll see if magic works in this spot.
All right.
Actually, the coin will probably turn back on if that's true.
Sarah dropped the coin out in the hallway.
Never mind. We'll...
I have cantrips, it's fine.
Okay.
All right. Look out below, and I guess I'll just take my axe to this thing that I'm holding on to and try to bring it down.
Okay.
She came in
So-
like a wrecking ball.
Go ahead and make your attack roll, please.
That is a 17 to hit.
Okay, so that'll hit. Hold on. No, actually, it will not. It scrapes off it.
Ooh. I guess I get 2 attacks, so
Yep.
is this like an attack? I can attack
Yeah,
again?
you can attack again.
Oh, no, I rolled lower, so...
Okay, it's it as you sort of, you've got one arm wrapped around the chain, you're ready to just and as now the ball is starting to swing back and forth, it's making it harder for you to get a good shot at it.
Alright, I can't get it with my axe, but I've got an idea. And, like, as I feel it start to swing, I'm just gonna, like, lean into that and try to basically pull it out of the ceiling.
Okay.
She came in like a wrecking ball.
So, let's say go ahead and make an athletics check on this. As you are now, we're going to see how well Rose can swing.
Yeah, 29.
Okay, as you watch, as Rose has sort of got this thing. At first, it was starting to just sort of wobble and sway every which way, but now Rose has sort of got this thing going in a pattern. And you can see, much like a pendulum, it's just creeping up, and each time as she's kicking and going with it, it's getting higher. What are the three of you doing as you're watching Rose ride this iron ball higher and higher?
Getting out of the way.
Like, other side of the room out of the way.
Okay.
If she's swinging left to right, I'm going perpendicular.
Yeah. Waiting for this to fail so I can bolt.
Right.
Okay, so as you're watching as Rose is doing this and getting higher with this, Rose, you're starting to hear noises coming from above you, as it seems your plan is in fact working. Do me a favor, I want you to roll a D100 for me.
Okay. Uh, 87.
Okay. So as you're swinging back and forth, you hit about a good 80 degrees from where you started this thing. You are almost level to where this is mounted into the ceiling when you hear the crack and the chain gives way. And you and the ball. As the ball and you land on the far side of the room, you end up taking 11 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
as you and the ball collapse. And again, as the ball continues to roll and drag you a little bit as you're still sort of wrapped onto this chain, eventually coming to a stop.
Whew. And she gets up.
Whew.
Hell yeah. I told you I'd get it.
10
That-
points.
I feel inspired. And I don't normally condone wanton destruction. Art, see if you can light it up.
Right. They'll toss like one of their daggers onto the floor and then try casting Mage Hand to pick it up.
Okay, so you're going back over there, or are you staying where you moved to?
I'm going back over there.
Okay, do me a favor, make a perception check.
Okay. 15.
As you start walking over there, and you're noticing on the ground there is just what you would first just sort of passed by is just rubble that looked like a small rolled up piece of parchment. As you walked over, you can see the parchment has unrolled, and there is a mouth in the middle of it.
Oh.
As it is now flat on its back looking around, and you can see teeth and a small tongue sticking out of this piece of paper.
Huh?
Is there anything? Are there more of those around?
As you're looking, doesn't appear to be in the immediate area.
Can I just sidesteppy around that?
Yeah, it's you know, ooh, piece of paper. It's sitting on the ground, but it's right, it's almost directly under where that orb was.
Oh, weird.
Well, anything? Did it work?
Perhaps?
Well, can you do a spell?
Can I can I try casting Mage Hand to pick up this paper thing?
Sure. Cast Mage Hand, and you watch as the little hand appears and picks up the piece of paper.
Well,
Floats up, and
we're
it's holding
good.
it now.
We can do magic.
Wonderful.
Hey.
Okay, so it's just a radius thing. If we see more of those spheres,
I would like to see if there's these things, and I kind of like the Mage Hand's kind of like
Ooh.
nearby the orbs. There was one pretty much right below the one that we the Rose pulled from its purchase, and
You notice as you try to get your Mage Hand to maneuver the piece of parchment, it seems to be stuck to the Mage Hand.
okay. Curiouser and curiouser.
You watch as it's now the mouth is trying to chew on one of the fingers of the Mage Hand, and
can I get a closer look at it and see if I can ascertain anything about what the heck it is or trying to do? Is it
sure.
eating magic? Is it
Go ahead and make it. Well, we'll call this an Arcana check.
Arcana check? Fudge. 9. I rolled low.
It's no idea.
If I tried to put it back down on the floor, is it still stuck to the Mage Hand?
Yep.
Can I touch it with my real hand?
I wouldn't.
You're welcome to if you'd like to.
Well, I mean, like, does it only can it only be if I like poked it with my cane, like ruffled it, is it's physical?
Yeah, it looks physical. It's
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna.
We probably only have like 2 minutes left, maybe 1, before Sarah moves on.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I guess we learned what we needed to learn. So
If you're close to a big iron ball, no magic.
and I could always take another one down.
And here in this
that was a lot of
particular
fun.
space, we are good. It's
Yeah.
definitely like noticeable that you can see like where there's a missing orb, right?
oh yeah.
I'm guessing. Yeah, okay.
Judging.
I guess. Sorry. Go.
Well, I was just gonna say, can we figure out what the approximate radius that they must cover then each orb, so that we know how much space we have to work with,
Yeah,
or how far
I'll
away
go,
we have to.
I'll go grab it. And
Or I
I'll,
could just walk with the mage hand back over to Sarah and see when it blips out.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I know you've got a big
Yeah,
iron ball, and you want. Look, we can find a way to take that with us.
So,
See, there might be an issue with you coming over to Sarah to do that.
Did
Sarah's
you leave?
gone,
You
and
bastard!
doors open.
She said that we had 5 minutes.
was that 5 minutes? Should we?
I don't know. I don't know if she broke her
Probably.
promise or not.
Kibosh the plan then!
Let's go through that door she pointed at then.
as you're looking, there's the door you came through that's open, and there's a door directly across from it that's open that she had been pointing at.
Yep.
Sarah! Take the snake parchment, I guess.
Honestly, I'm going to see if I could just like stick it somewhere, like on a wall or something. But yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, you can stick it on a wall. Fine. Wipe it.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna like dispel Mage Hand and see if it's just like.
Oh, you don't really have a wall near you. You guys were sort of in the middle of this area where you're.
Just the floor. Just the.
Yeah, just like
Stick it
wipe
on
it
the
on
floor.
the.
Gum.
Doesn't
Probably
seem to come off
closer
when you try to wipe it
like
on the
one of the
floor.
tents. But
As you start moving towards the tent, you watch as you get to a certain point, and your mage hand just vanishes. And the parchment just floats down to the ground.
alright, there's the radius then. So let's go.
Alright. Keep a mental reminder of how far away we have to be from those things for our magic to work. Rose, I mean, an axe works any day of the week, so.
Alright, let's go.
Okay.
So as the three of you begin to start chasing down where you believe Sarah has gone off to, we're going to jump over to Sarah for a moment. And Sarah has opened the door and started taking off down the hallway. And you get probably about 150, 200 feet down the hallway. And as you're getting off, and it literally hits, you come to a four-way intersection.
Do I see evidence of where people have gone?
As you enter the intersection, you hear a click again.
Crap.
I need you to make a... Let me check this one. What is here? need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm using my last luck point.
Oh, so you've run out of luck. Wonderful.
Okay, 18.
Okay. So, as you hear the click, and all of a sudden you feel this pulse go through, and you get this horrible ringing in your ears. A couple of seconds goes by, and eventually it passes.
I just do kind of like the smack the side of my head, like, eh. Okay.
As you look around, though, you do... actually, go ahead and make your investigation check.
Okay. 28.
You do, in fact, see what looks to be very slight hints that somebody has gone down the right-hand tunnel.
I go down that tunnel.
Okay. So, then you're just going on still full sprint?
I'm gonna start, and then I'm gonna hug the wall and pause for a moment. Is there a tripwire or trap down this way?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
$12.
Oh, looks good.
Okay, I keep going.
Okay. As you continue going, need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
God damn it. Crap! 9?
As you go taking off running, and you look as the tunnel continues on straight, and you look up, and in front of you, you see a ancient, dark-skinned, looks to be a human woman, hunched over, looks to be about 5 feet tall, leaning on a wooden staff, just looking at you, and then a grin. Tell him I said hi. As the ground drops to your right, and you tumble. And as you feel yourself falling, you hear as the ground rights itself. And as you fall only about 15-20 feet, you do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you land on the ground.
Okay.
And you can see in front of you, there's a small arched doorway. Soft yellowish orange light lighting from somewhere within the room.
I go through the doorway.
And as you walk through the doorway, you see standing before you it's a somewhat strange sensation for you, as it is Albert standing in front of you. But he doesn't look like he's aged today. Looks like he's the same age he was when you were married all those years ago. No sign of aging, no graying of the hair at the temples.
Like, doesn't even look like the day I last saw him, age-wise.
No.
I start backing away.
As you start backing away, you can almost see a little bit of that, almost a sly grin that he used to give you when he was younger, that you recognize in that structure of his face. But dear, I thought you wanted to get together. Look, I've set out we can have lunch. So much we need to discuss.
I keep backing away.
It's just sitting there, and he's letting you back away.
I don't know what kind of magical tomfoolery this is again. Like, what's in the room?
So as you're looking into the room, there is, on the other side of the room, so basically you've come through, it's just a small arched doorway from basically the bottom of a pit. You're walking from a dead end into this room with him, and as you walk in, there's a small fire going in a small fireplace off to the side. There's a table, one chair where he is sitting currently, another chair presumably for you, and there is and I never remember the name of it, one of those, fancy metal meal covers, the things that when the guy comes over and goes, ta-da, there's your dinner. He's got one of those sitting on the plate in front of you, or in front of the seat that is for you. On the far side of the room, there is another door. It's closed. You can't see where it leads to. Looks like this entire room was set up specifically for this purpose. It's almost as if he knew that you would run ahead and run away from everyone.
This isn't right. You're too young to be my Albert.
He looks at you and leans forward, puts his hands together. Oh, but dear, the wonders that we found here, it's a small manner of incantation to turn back time. As for you, you're a good deal older than last I saw you. Did something happen Did someone turn your clock ahead?
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're like
Yes.
30 years older than you should be.
Yeah. Yes. What do you my Albert doesn't use magic.
Your Albert didn't use magic. I have learned many things. And for those things I am still unable to do, I have friends who can help me now. Much as you do with your little pink-haired friend or your oversized, muscle-bound friend. about the small bird that's fluttering above?
I step a little closer. And I hesitantly sit down.
And as you take your seat, we are going to pan back upstairs as our group is now frantically charging down a hallway. So who would be in the lead?
Yeah, I feel like I would.
Okay.
Person who can fight.
So
Let's
as-
look for footprints. That's how she found this door, so
Sure.
As you're charging down, and the hallway's just one straight shot, slight meanderings, but there's no. Eventually, you come to a point where there is a four-way opening. As you charge forward into that intersection, you hear a click, Rose. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
okay. 26.
Okay. Again, you get that same sensation as Sarah did as you hear the click as you step on this, and Art and Murdoch, both of you being, that 5 or 6 feet behind Rose as it happens, you can see that as Rose steps into this middle section, the floor clicks down and you watch as there's a little flash of light. Neither of you notice anything beyond that. Rose, you have this hideous ringing in your ears for a moment. Then after a second, it just goes away.
Are you good?
What?
Can you hear? Are you deaf?
Oh, I can hear now. I have a horrible ringing in my ears, but... Oh.
Okay. We are brute forcing our way through these traps. We really are.
Yeah. We were
Maybe...
just... I was just thinking about trying to find Sarah, and I wasn't even thinking...
I'm gonna, since you said it's a straight shot hallway, I'm gonna try and point and send a message to Sarah, just asking her if she's okay to
At this
test
point,
magic.
where you are now...
Oh, this is the
This
four-way.
is the
This is
four-way.
Okay.
So now that, I've kind of shaken off the ringing, if I look down, do I see any sign of her having gone a certain direction?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
And I'll try messaging down each hallway,
Okay.
just to see if magic's working also.
So
Oh, yeah.
you
Oh,
do get
boy.
the sensation magic is working, but you do not get a response.
And that's a 2 on the investigation check.
You've got nothing. As you're looking, the 3 hallways look identical.
I don't see anything. I don't...
Are there different things down the hallways? Like, can we see to the end of some of them, or...
No, as you're looking down, it just disappears off into the darkness.
I normally would not necessarily advise this, but there's 3 of us and there's 3 hallways, so one of us will reach her.
I did have the same thought.
I don't like that idea at all, but...
Do you want to just pick one and all go?
No, that might take too long.
I mean, she's out of range of a message spell, but she would be in range of sending. It's more powerful, but I could ask her when she got to the 4-way just which way she went. That's a 3rd level spell.
Or we could split into 2. Have 2 of us go down one and one of us down another. I mean, it's still 2 out of the 3.
I'm just very fragile.
You gotta go alone.
All of you hear in the back of your mind Furia saying, We don't leave the wizard alone. We don't leave the wizard alone. We don't leave the wizard alone.
You
Art
two
with
could go
me,
to...
and
yeah.
yeah. Which way?
If I was thinking like Sarah, I feel like... Let's see. Does Sarah ascribe to the left is always right, right is always right, or would she just go straight?
I don't know.
I'm not too sure. Let's try left and right, because that way we can kind of like turn around and look at each other and see if like one person's not there, then oh, oopsie daisy, someone's
I like that. We'll be able to still see each other for a little while.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
You two go left, I'll go right.
Got it.
right. Yep.
Left,
Left.
I go right.
Wait, so who's going which way?
I will go left, and Art. I'll take Art with me down the left
Okay.
hand path.
And I'm going right by myself.
Okay.
Rose, maybe we should check for traps.
Yes,
I
don't
will
wanna make that
I will
mistake
be
again.
looking for...
Okay, so go ahead, Murdoch, you can make your investigation check. What are you doing for light, Murdoch?
I have dark vision.
Okay.
Because I don't have literally any other way to make light. I don't believe. I'll quickly check, Dory. I don't think
Well,
so.
that's if you've got dark vision, you're okay. For some reason, I thought you didn't.
Dragonborn don't, but I'm technically a tiefling.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
Oh, wait, no, it was Sarah and it was Sarah.
I
and
think
Rose who didn't have
Sarah's is the only one who doesn't have dark vision out of the four of us.
Yeah.
out of us four, yeah, it's
Okay.
just
Yeah.
Sarah doesn't.
Out of the whole party, it's Sarah and Lydia.
Sarah, and
Yeah.
Leah. Yeah. Beside, outside of casting like a spell on my sword to last for a minute,
it. Yeah.
I'm just relying on dark vision. Okay, so I'll make my investigation.
Okay, and then Rose and Art, who's making your investigation check?
I'm not very good at finding traps, but I can try it.
I'm not.
Unless
I mean, I don't know. I feel like you kind of ran right into the last one. Let me try.
Not wrong. Okay, Murdoch, what'd you roll?
I rolled an 8, though I think it got lost. The way I'm doing it, if it matters, is I'm like sweeping with my cane in front of me,
Okay.
so that possibly maybe the cane will set something off first. But it's an 8,
Oh, okay.
so I might not be doing that too well.
Then Art.
10.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a
That
2,
was
so the last time.
As
We're
the
good at
two
this.
groups of
We
you
really are gonna just brute force and hit everything.
split, it.
I'm better at that
What's worse is you have literally saved
every time.
every time, except one so far,
Mm,
and that was literally the one for Sarah. So, eventually, as the two groups of you split off into your opposite directions, Murdoch tapping away and the cane, and Artemis, you looking around, trying to sort of mirror what you've seen Sarah do, and using your own keen eyes and things to find your way through. Murdoch, you hear a click. And the ground gives way. As you're walking along, and the ground tilts to the left. And you feel yourself slide and roll. And then as you hear the door close once more.
I literally got Scooby-Dooed.
Yep.
I got Scooby-Doo!
Dooby-Doo!
It's literally the Shaggy leans against a wall and it
Raggy.
is gone.
Where are my resticles?
Right?
Oh god. And Artemis and Rose, as you're moving along, Artemis, you hear a click as you're looking down, and you have inadvertently tripped something. I need both you and Rose to make dexterity saving throws for me. As you hear a slight...
I didn't get a deck save. Mine was just down a trash chute.
Natural
5
20!
and a 5 for me.
Okay. Rose,
Just wait, does Rose's danger sense work on this?
I have to. You might be right, actually. Let me double check. Advantage on dex throws. Yeah, can I see the effect?
I'll say sure, why not? You can see it.
Okay,
Danger sense!
good call.
I just don't want you guys to get Scooby-Doo too.
Ooh, 17 this time.
Okay. As
Scooby-Doo too.
you hear the slight sound of darts coming out of the wall. Artemis, the darts seem to miss you. Rose, you do actually end up getting hit with a single dart.
Okay.
I need you to make a wisdom save for me.
Oh.
Seven.
As you fall unconscious for 1 minute.
Okay. It just collapses to the ground.
And as Art, as you watch as Rose collapses to the ground and you turn around and you don't see Murdoch anywhere.
You're not supposed to leave me alone!
The lizard is still left alone. We tried. We
And you couldn't have
tried.
done any better.
And Murdoch, is you turn and you're looking into this small dark space you find yourself in. You hear a voice mutter a single word. And as a small light starts to glow at the end of her staff, you see the gnarled old woman sitting there.
Oh no.
And then she looks over at you. I'm dreadfully sorry. We really need to give the two of them some time alone. She'll be fine. She gestures towards the wall. She's about 20 feet straight that way, having a conversation at the moment. It's really necessary for the two of them. Would you care for some tea?
Fix my glasses. I tighten my tie. Put my cane in the ground, and I go, I would love some tea.
Oh, I'm so glad. I have a lovely black oolong. He sort of gestures and starts leading you a couple of feet away. Seems to be a small table. And as everyone is splintered, that's where we're going to call an end to tonight's session. As we now have 4 separate groups going with various various things happening. So thank you those. And I completely missed. We got raided at some point. So if you guys are still here, thank you Takeshi Strike for dropping in with 5 people. We will be back next week to figure out what happens with Sarah and Albert. What happens with Rose and Art? Unconscious Rose at that. Murdoch and this strange elderly magic user. And our other 2 party members, long since forgotten up on the surface, Furia and Lydia. So, again, we'll be back next week, folks. And, don't forget, life's hard, man. Especially when your husband is, 30 years younger than you remember. You're 30 years older than you should be from his memory. It's just, relationships are tough, man. See you soon, folks.